This morning Mrs. Rathbone and I popped down to the local factory shop. It's just down the road here, and while I was looking around I came across these little flashlights. I mean, we've all seen these little fellas, haven't we? So I didn't really take much notice of them until I noticed COB. These ones have a COB chip on board. No, not that type. LED at the bottom of the reflectors, as opposed to like this one here, which I also bought from the local cheapo shop last year, I think it was. Only cost me £1, this little fella. It's a little Kodak, look. This has got 9 LEDs in an array here, but this one's got the COB. Let's have a closer look at it, shall we? So it's your usual cheapo aluminium flashlight, as you can see, with a reverse clicky button on the back and a little, being the operative word, lanyard here. But at the front end of things we have this little COB LED down there, look guys. Dimensions on this little fellow, you're looking at 88.4 millimeters long, with a diameter around a knurling here at 25.6 millimeters by my measure. Let's pop it on the scales. Weighs 1 3/4 ounces, or 52 grams. Like most of these style flashlights, this little fellow runs on 3 AAA batteries, and they are loaded into this little carrier here. You just pop them in their little carrier in the back of the flashlight and screw the little back cap on there. Hopefully, if we don't get it cross-threaded. There we go. Hopefully it should work now. Cool. My little Kodak here is more or less the same thing, it's just a little bit on shorter. You've still got a little reverse clicky on the tail, although this one feels a lot better quality than this thing does, I've got to say. And we've got 9 LEDs here with an output of 46 lumens, I do believe. I can't remember what the output of this is. I've tried looking on the TOFS website, but they don't list it. I can't remember what it said on the packaging in store now, so unfortunately I don't know. There's the Kodak, and there's the cheapo COB. This is more my style of EDC flashlight. Currently carry this one every day. I have a brand new Lumintop, something similar to this, on the way as we speak. Hopefully it should be here maybe just after Christmas, I hope, maybe. So anyway, is this kind of extreme budget flashlight any good for EDC carry? I think we better check it out. First of all, what we'll do is we'll start by checking out the brightness here in the studio, and then we'll take it outside in the cold and the dark, and we'll try it out there as well. We'll try it alongside this Kodak and my Hugsby XP-2 for you know, see what it's like, how it compares. So here we are in the studio at a distance of around about 6-7 feet maybe. So what we'll do is we'll just douse the lights. There we go. You can just about see the outline of Mr. Cardboard dummy there. So what we'll do is we'll start with the COB £1.50 flashlight. That's not too bad. It illuminates quite nicely at this distance. Quite a large spread there, as you can see, guys. Okay, let's try the Kodak. That's more of a focused beam. We've got a little bit of a flooding around the outside, not a great deal though. Let's have a look at the Hugsby. There's the Hugsby. Again, a considerably focused beam there. A little bit of flooding around the outside, but not a great deal. Whilst we're comparing the lights, let's bring in the little Hugsby XP-1, which is not much bigger but a lot slimmer and only uses 1 AAA battery. Again, I think you'll find that's a lot better than the budget COB thing. I mean, look, it's lighting the room up, but the XP1 walks all over it brightness wise. It's not too bad. Okay then, so lighting indoors is quite good with it. There's a little cob going on there. You've got the little reverse clicky. You can momentarily off, but not momentarily on. This strap here, I don't know what use that is. I think you're going to have to be pretty small to make use of that. It's more of a finger strap, to be honest with you guys. It's exactly the same with this Kodak. I think this Kodak one might be even bloody smaller, to be honest with you. Let's have a look, get them together here. Yeah, it's just a little bit shorter, look. Huh. But as I say, this one I picked up from Poundland. I think it was last year or the year before. They had it at £1, where I think I saw it on places like Amazon. They wanted around about £3 to £5 for it. So I thought, yep, we'll have to pick that up. Again, reverse clicky. Not a bad little thing, quite well made. I think perhaps of the two, maybe the Kodak's the better made item, but then it's got a better name with it. This one hasn't got any name whatsoever that I can see on it, and I can't remember what the packaging said. They had it mostly folded up, so I couldn't really see it, but they had a whole load of them. You can get them in this blue, red or black. This was the blue one at the front, so I thought, yep, I had a word with Mrs. Rathbone, who had a bit of a moan at first, but here it is, I've got it. What I'll have to do is, once it gets dark outside, it's not quite dark enough out there at the moment, we'll take it out. But it's not bad, I suppose. It would probably make a fairly decent budget EDC flashlight. It's quite large. It's not quite as slim as the XP-2 here. The XP-1 is just a little bit longer, but look how much slimmer it is. So I guess really it all comes down to you know, your budget, I guess, what you're happiest carrying. If you like carrying something like this here, it does run on AAA batteries, and you can pick them up just about anywhere, and they're quite cheap as well. These all run on AAAs as well, but they're a little bit more expensive, and they're better made as well, to be honest with you. If you lost it, it wouldn't matter. If you was out walking a dog and you lost this thing, it wouldn't really matter. I don't know if you could really dazzle anyone with it. You know, if you needed to get away from somebody, whether you could actually dazzle them with it, I would probably not, because this thing runs 46 lumens. It's not really it's a little bit more brighter, but it's not really that much brighter. I could try it myself. Hang on. No, it's not really that. Well, it has left a bit of a considerable dot on my eyes, guys. So if you met somebody in the dark who was up to no good and they had their nighttime acuity going, this would actually leave quite a nice blob of light on their eyes for quite some time out in the dark. Mine is starting to wear off now, but yes, it would actually might help you out a little bit with such a situation, I guess. You see, it's nice handy size as well. Drop it in your pocket and it doesn't weigh that much either. Right, so what I think we better do is get this lot out into the back garden. Now it's dark enough, and we'll see just how good this little fellow is. I did have a question on this from someone on Instagram. He was wondering if this gets hot at all, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to run it for a little while and see if it does get hot while we're out there. Okay, so we've got our selection of flashlights out here. What we'll do is I think we'll start with the XP-2. Right, and here we go with the XP-2 then, guys. You see it illuminating up the garden there at about 25 feet away. Let's give the XP-1 a go. Here we go, the XP-1. Up the garden quite nicely, same range, not quite as bright as the XP-2 though. The little Kodak. Give the Kodak a go. There's the Kodak. Send him up the garden there. Oh, that's quite bright, look. That's quite good. Not bad at all, actually. Right, let's try out the COB, shall we, guys? Okay then, right, so how's the, oh blimey, the COB, what's that going to be like? Not quite making it up the garden though guys, is it? Not really. Right, moving in a little closer, here is the XP-2. So you can definitely light your way with that one then guys. Here comes the XP-1. Again, lighting your way quite nicely. The Kodak. Yep, that does a pretty good job, doesn't it? Right, here comes the COB. Yeah, it's not too bad I suppose. It's a very diffused light. It's not got a focused hotspot or anything, but you can find your way fairly well with it, I would imagine. Right, so it'll illuminate quite close to you guys, look, so you can wander around with it, which is quite handy, finding your way about. It's quite good in that way. You see, look, but it just doesn't reach out that far. Alright then guys, so you can see it's not a long range thrower, as it were, just for really close up work. I did actually find out that it is quite good at illuminating a room. Last night, just before I went to bed, it illuminated my entire sitting room, just like that. There's no zoom on it or anything, but I say it's just a flood, really, just a flood light style torch. It's not bad, I suppose, for the £1.50 I paid for it. Obviously, it's not as good as some of the other more sophisticated flashlights out there, like this Hugsby. As I say, I am getting a Lumintop IYP365 in probably next week now. That'll be interesting to see. But if this is like, you know, all you really need, all you really want, it's fine really. I think the little bit of rubber on the back end is a bit thin though. You can feel the switch through it. I don't know how long that would last. It might go for quite some time actually, to be honest with you. Here is another Hugsby I use on a regular basis. This uses a similar cartridge with 3 AAA batteries in it, and it has the little switch here is again just like a rubber switch. And if I remember rightly in my review of this, I wondered how long it would last. Well, I use this on a nightly basis, and I have been doing so for a year or more now, probably 2 or 3 years possibly, and it still hasn't worn away. And don't forget, you've got to go through the whole, there's your white light, green light, red light, you've got to cycle through that lot to switch it off, and it's still going. So this one could be just as good. This one might last just as well, this little rubber cover around here. I don't know, I've not had this one very long, I only picked it up yesterday. Well, yesterday is now when I started the review. It was today, if you see what I mean. I went out last night to do the night shots with this. So regarding the question whether this thing gets hot or not, I did actually leave it running for 10 minutes last night. I just switched on like this for 10 minutes. It's not really affected the power output, so it's quite good on batteries by the looks of it. And there was no discernible heat here at all, anywhere on the body. Just didn't get hot at all really. Right then guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of this little COB flashlight. As I say, it's the first one I've seen that actually uses a COB instead of an array of separate LEDs. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. You can click the like and you can share it with your friends as well. If you want a good way to support my channel, please consider using my special GearBest link in the descriptive text below. If you use that link and go along to GearBest, you can buy anything you want, anything at all, anything you like, and I will get a small commission from that sale, and I plough it straight back into my channel, guys. So thank you very much to everyone who has already done so. Another good way of supporting my channel is via my Patreon page too. Don't forget to check out what I'm up to on my Instagram page, just there. And I hope you'll come back again sometime in the near future, guys. And don't forget, if you've got any questions or comments on this little flashlight, please let me know. Right then guys, I'll catch you later then. Bye! Rough.